Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
So Binance curbing their enthusiasm on the FTX bid. In this video, we've also got a major update here with a leaked letter from SBF to his team. Plus, in the interest of everyone's sanity here, we will round off with a bit of hopium. If you enjoy this one, like and subscribe, comment down below, guys. Let's jump in. So here, what we learned was Binance have completed their due diligence on FTX and decided that it's not good enough. They can't pursue a takeover bid. So this is obviously worst case scenario for the crypto markets, with the potential for Alameda, one of the biggest market makers, to go under, and obviously a ton of user funds left on FTX, which may be liquidated, and thus people will get pennies on the dollar. So rather anguishing times here for most in the crypto space.
It's over. We are screwed.
And Bitcoin currently hanging out around 17,000 US dollars per coin. So Binance states they will not be pursuing the potential acquisition of FTX.com. They were hopeful to be able to support FTX customers to provide liquidity, but the issues are beyond our control or ability to help. So I think this goes to say the size of the hole is way too big. And they go on that each time an industry player fails, retail consumers will suffer, and the outliers who misuse user funds to their own benefit will be weeded out by the free market. So it didn't take very long for CZ to find out exactly how bad things were. He tweeted this: "Sad day, we tried, but crying emoji here." You have to think his intentions were good initially, but obviously if the hole is just way too big that it makes absolutely zero sense for them to try and plug any gap, well, they're not going to be in the business of making huge losses here. And if anyone could have helped, it was of course CZ. So this really speaks to how bad the situation is. Some more information coming in here around the losses sustained by Alameda Research. This from Reuters quotes the loss of a load of funds with the acquisition of Voyager Digital, and you must feel really sorry for those who have funds on Voyager or investors of Voyager who did think they were getting bailed out, with of course FTX now going down. So a $500 million loan was agreed between Alameda and Voyager Digital. And then post this, FTX's US arm paid $1.4 billion for the assets of Voyager back in September. But this is believed to be a huge loss maker for Alameda and FTX overall, driving them to this point of insolvency. And it seems there's been some more digging into the movement of funds between Alameda and FTX. It says Alameda previously held up to $15 billion in assets, but Bankman-Fried transferred at least $4 billion in FTX funds secured by assets including FTT and shares in the trading platform Robinhood. So Hood shares on the line here as well. Potentially they could be liquidated. And this comes as people are investigating the books of Alameda here. They disclosed back in May a 7.6% shareholding of Robinhood stock. Gets a bit worse here. A portion of these FTX funds were customer deposits, and this was all kept secret. Bankman-Fried did not tell other FTX execs about this move, as they say he was afraid this information could be leaked. So rounding off here, they talk about Caroline Ellison, CEO of Alameda Research, and it seems 14.6 billion of that 15 billion of Alameda funds was held in FTT, according to this report.
Mr. Samsonite, about the briefcase, my friend Harry and I have every intention of fully reimbursing you.
Open it up. Open it up!
Go ahead. Open it up. Do what he says. Harry.
What is this? What is this? Where's all the money?
That's as good as money, sir. Those are IOUs.
Now the question has to be asked, how do you lose such a rigged game here? FTX, one of the biggest exchanges on the market, their specific market maker for the exchange, Alameda, i.e. their own employees. It's literally like having a casino, knowing all of your players, knowing all of their chips that are on the table, and seeing the full deck of cards as well. It was literally a rigged game. I can't see how they lost all of these damn funds when this should have been one of the most profitable and easy businesses to run in the world. It just seems that obscene greed or Ponzinomics have taken over here, and this is leaving retail users paying the brunt of the costs. Now, potentially potential breaking story as well is that SBF may have filed for bankruptcy. This is an unconfirmed report as of yet, but this is doing the rounds. The likes of Altcoin Daily also tweeting it and saying that he personally owes $650 million to lenders. So Tier 10K posted this earlier. FTX now faces a liquidity shortfall of up to $8 billion, and they're seeking emergency funding to meet withdrawal requests. But how are they going to do that? Well, we learn a little bit more in this leaked letter. So here we have it from Kobe, the leaked messages from Sam Bankman-Fried to FTX employees via the platform Slack. So this starts with him initially apologizing for what's gone on and saying he should have been a bit more transparent with his teams here. But this is where the juicy part really comes in. The number one priority here, he disclosed, right now is to do right by customers. So for the next week, we will be conducting a raise. So they're looking to raise money in order to fill some of that huge gap. The goal of the raise will be to first do right by customers, second by current and possible new investors, not sure who would want to get their fingers in this pie right now, and third, you guys, i.e. his team. Then he goes on, and in and only in a hypothetical world where everything turns out amazingly and everyone else is done right, maybe myself as an investor, fourth and last. So he even wants to get himself out of some of these issues here, which is pretty crazy. Ever so thoughtful of you, Sam. But also, is this a NFL quote, fourth and last? Is that like a down? Is that a Tom Brady dig within this? Drop me a comment down below. I'm not a massive NFL fan, but that did catch my attention. Fourth and last.
Sam? Sam.
And then onto some more Adderall typing here. One could maybe say, if they wanted to be optimistic, that we have a lot theoretically in and potentially for the raise. More than enough to cover all the needs. I don't want to give any sense of confidence as to what's about to happen, but potentially, he goes on, FTX International and FTX US could be a combined force. And in a final twist, as part of this as well, we have spoken with Justin Sun, i.e. the founder of Tron, now owner of Huobi Exchange. So Justin Sun to the rescue maybe? Who the heck knows? This seems to be like an ongoing soap opera where all of the main characters are being killed off. Now, in an interesting final part to this, on Binance, he is quoted as saying, "I shouldn't throw stones in a glass house, so I'll hold back a bit here, except to say probably they never planned to go through with the deal, but so be it." So he's speculating here that CZ was just putting on a front and didn't actually have intentions of buying out FTX. Whether you believe that or not, that is up to you. But clearly, if there's an $8 billion hole, nobody wants to be plugging that mess. So what are your opinions on this one? Drop me a comment down below. Are these the final ramblings of a madman high on Adderall? Or is there potentially a fight for FTX here with a raise imminent? An ongoing situation here is the Solana undelegation process. So a load of tokens have been unstaked here, 31 million SOL in total. One of the biggest token unstakings in history. This happened just this morning in Epoch 370. Epoch pretty much just stands for a time period, and at the current price of around $14, that's nearly $500 million in SOL tokens potentially going to market. This number was a lot higher. It was in the 40 odd million just yesterday, as the Solana Foundation were undelegating 28.5 million tokens, but they have since redelegated. If we just go over to the 1 minute chart here, open interest is through the roof on the SOL token here. Many people piling in for the shorts. This could be a bit of a dangerous play at this moment in time, as this price will no doubt be pushed about all over the place to liquidate as many individuals as possible. The FTX exchange is still also running in the background, so Alameda are probably trading this as well, trying to revenge trade.
Yeah, we don't really do any technical analysis except as it relates to thinking about how other participants in the market may be doing technical analysis and how that will affect their behavior.
And so I highly expect we see some serious Darth Maul candles on this one over the course of today. Then finally, a little bit of hopium to end things off. Two of the biggest market makers here, Wintermute and Genesis Trading, have both confirmed little to no consequential damage from the FTX failure. Wintermute goes on to say that they will continue to do everything in their power to help this industry recover. Evgeny was actually on Up Only just the other day and committed to doing his best for the crypto markets. They do disclose in here they lost a few $1 million of funds that are left on FTX still, but had no significant exposure to FTT or any directional bets. And Genesis Trading have also confirmed they've lost $7 million, but this would be a very small amount for a firm of this size. They hedged positioned and sold a load of positions to actually minimize the losses, capping them at $7 million. They say they had a trading relationship with FTX, but in terms of anything else, there should be no severe impact on their ability to serve their clients. So liquidations are still ongoing. The story is still unfolding here, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more updates on this one. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for these. Drop me a comment down below, guys, and I'll leave you with this from our sponsor.
My name has been every day on this channel. I show you how to make money in crypto. Let's move on. Let's talk about the secret token, FTT. That is the token of FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried. Everything this man touches turns to gold. I don't know. Moon. There's a massive story out right now about FTX. FTT is potentially going to be one of the few coins I believe that could go up in the bear market. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I want to go deeper into crypto. You will get to reap some giant rewards from that. So Moon, we could see FTT just absolutely rip, not just for the remainder of this bull run in December, which I think we're going to see, but also for maybe next year. So Moon,